glitches of technology.
I'm going to let you do the notes of encouragement because you have some really good ones.
Okay.
You want to do one?
Sure. So one thing, which is something hopefully that's easiest for you to try and do, would be to pay attention to like just things of like eating and sleeping, if you can, eating and sleeping well, like those basics of self-care. Because when you're overtired or hungry, we all know that term hangry, right? Well, when you have chronic disease or illness, that's all amplified. So it's really easy to get in a negative mindset when not only are we not feeling good, but now we're like extra exhausted and extra hungry. So our body's not getting the fuel. So it's really easy, like I said, to just get into a negative mindset when you aren't doing just even those simple things.
Right. Yep, absolutely.
That's one. Did you want to do one?
Sure. I mean, I could do one. The one thing that cheers me up a little bit when I'm a little bit down and I'm thinking things are not going as fast as I want to. I do feel that an autoimmune disease, a chronic illness, because I have both, it forces me to choose quality over quantity. You become very selective with the people that you hang out with the type of projects that you start, with a lot of things, with your food, with your health, basically. And that also I kind of feel that by making those selective choices, the quality of your life increases because you're not only spending time with people who really matter, you not only focus on that which makes you really happy. So I sometimes wonder, if I would have never had this disease, would I already be at the type of self-development, self-realization that I am right now? No, I probably would not be. I would still, be jet-setting on all these airplanes and doing all these things that really do not have much substance. So, yeah.
That's awesome that you came to that development. Because what you were just describing, you're jet setting, doing all these things, but you were furthering helping other people's career versus like doing what you want to do. So that's cool.
Right. Absolutely.
That's really
cool. I was building someone else's dream and not mine. And that's okay. Nothing wrong with that, but I don't think that was my purpose.
Right. Yeah. That's hence Purpose and Poppin. Hey.
So yeah, Laura, is there anything else you'd like to share?
Yeah, I just want to say, as I kind of said before, like when your life changes in the blink of an eye, because a lot of people I talk to, it's like I was normal one day and then the next I just wasn't. It's okay to go through a grief period. Like we go through grief and it's okay. To, it's a hard new normal to accept. But the one thing I want to keep pointing you to is like recognize negative, dark thoughts and then do your best to get out of it because those produce stress on the body and a state of hopelessness, a state of constantly being in fear. That's not going to help your recovery at all. So as we kind of shared earlier, if you don't have a strong support system, please reach out and get one. I shared with Ines, I initially started with support groups because I don't know anybody else close to me who struggles with chronic illness or chronic pain. And so I joined some support groups and I learned some stuff quickly. But I will be honest that it gets really dark in there really quickly when you have so many people struggling that are in constant pain. I don't know if you know about my condition, but it's like one of the higher suicide rates because people are in you're constantly dizzy, feeling like you're on a boat, constant migraines. So much of your life is limited. I can't exercise. I can't really read. But if I think about that over and over, I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do this. And letting myself stay in that dark place is just a really dangerous place to be. So if you find yourself in that situation and you're talking to people who are not supporting you and they're making you feel like you're crazy or they're just feeding that fear and hopelessness.
Right.
You need to support. You need to get out of those relationships. You need to people who are going to lift you up.
Right.
So, so I just caution you, if you are people who have negative mindsets to begin with, to get positive people around you, because you are important. No matter how limited you think your life is, you still have a purpose. And like Ines said, like, she found her purpose. She's going to launch a whole career, and launching a whole career, which she thinks she never would have done without business. So there is fruit after all this hard labor and all this stuff that we go through. You know, there are good things that can come from this. So just remember that during this storm that you're in, whether it's comes and goes or it's every day or whatever, you know, your mind is that battlefield. If you guys, I just started reading a book called The Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer.
Right. I love Joyce Meyer.
She was basically saying, don't make your decisions based on your feelings, because we feel like poo. And our decisions might reflect that if we are not careful. So I just encourage you to dig deep, find your vision again. And it's okay to grieve your old vision, but find a new vision and work towards that. Like I was telling Ines, like, I was writing a book with this before this all happened. And I wrote that book really fast, and I did the first round of edits in like 4 months. And now it's been years, and I'm still working on that second or third, but I'm not giving up.
Right.
There's a lot of days where I can't work on it at all. There's other days I can work on it like 5 minutes.
Right.
Maybe another 5 minutes over there if I'm lucky, but it's something, you know?
Right. True. You're right. Absolutely. And while you were sharing this, I was just thinking about some practical tools that people could use, because I love giving practical tools. So what do you do when you're in that really dark space, you know, and you don't have a person around to pull you out of it? What I usually do, some of the things that I usually do, and it might work for you, but I would encourage you to find those things that can pull you out. And what works for me is if it's really bad, I usually take a nap. If it's, you know, semi-okay, I'll play music, or I'll go sit behind my piano, or call a friend, someone who you trust. We sometimes need a practical tool, or a mantra, or a prayer, meditation, or yoga, but you need some type of practical tool that can lift you up a little bit, so you won't lose yourself. And that's actually a topic that I want to discuss in the future. What are some of the practical tools that you can put in your toolbox, which you can grab as soon as you find out that you're heading towards that dark space?
Yes, music, even watching an uplifting. So what I've had to do is I can't watch anything now that gets my adrenaline too going. So no like thrillers or scary stuff. I like to watch things that are happy and funny. And I like to surround myself with, I listen to a lot of books on audio now, so I like, and hence my name, Bookly Ever After. I like happy endings right now. I still like thrillers and stuff like that, but just for right now, in this time, while I'm still getting used to what my normal looks like right now, and I just surround myself with all things positive, happy, like not all happy music, but music I love. Books on audio, in just watching like a TV show. Like I'll just put on Friends. Friends is always a good go-to for me. Like I'm like, yes, love it, you know, but it just like I can just get out of my headspace for a minute and be like, okay, it's not so bad.
Right. True.
So,
and I'm not saying
like
that it'll. Pardon?
And like you said, like calling a friend and doing that.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm not saying that it will prevent you from another dark night, but it will help you to maybe get out of it quicker, you know? Because I had times where it would take days, and now those days have become maybe hours or maybe a day. But having these tools has helped me to get out of it much quicker than I used to. So that's why. Maybe that's a topic for another discussion. I'm noticing you said affirmations.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
You
cool.
were saying like meditation, and then I just put another word, affirmations.
Yeah.
You know, our thoughts are very powerful, and so if we're putting out there constantly negative things, you know, we're going to respond in that way, and that's what I believe. And I try to teach my daughter this as well. So if you're constantly in the mirror saying I'm so ugly, and you are pointing out every flaw, that's what you're going to see every time you look in the mirror. But if you look in the mirror and say, I'm going to do this today. I'm strong. I can stay motivated. I can not let fear take me today. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Just start, you know, changing that thought process. So when the first things happen, that's like a really bad day, like, and you've kind of already done this. You said it used to take you days, and now maybe hours. That will start happening. But I do sympathize with you guys. If you're in the beginning stages of your chronic illness and you don't know what's going on, it's hard. And so I think for me, the most important thing for me at first was that strong support.
Absolutely.
That helped me.
Yeah, absolutely. In the beginning stage, when you just got the diagnosis, definitely. But as I mentioned,
or you might not even have a diagnosis yet. You might just be walking
you don't have a diagnosis yet. Right.
I still don't. I'm 19 months. Yeah.
Right. But like I mentioned in my Insta stories, I did not take advantage of a support group, or I didn't want to be part of a creative awareness group, all those type of things, because I didn't want that energy of all these emotions that these people were going through to add to my sadness. I'm trying to see. Are you still there? Because you're breaking up. Oh, I hope you can still hear me, Laura. Oh, there you are. Yeah.
I can.
So
we're having a huge storm. I live in Florida, so I don't know if you can see.
Oh wow. Okay, I see. Yes.
This is that's an afternoon regular event here. So.
No. So yeah, what I was saying. So I didn't take advantage of those support groups, because I really wanted to be surrounded by people who, okay, they accepted that they had the disease, and now they were trying to do their best, live their best lives within the borders, of course, of the disease.
Yeah, because here's how I think about it. These diseases have stolen so much from us. I'm not gonna, that's the mindset I created. I'm not going to let it steal every single thing. It's already taken enough. So I'm going to enjoy what's left.
Yes.
And I know that's not 100% positive yet, because it's like what's left, but I'm working towards being fully positive. You know, like I still have moments, because healing's not linear. But yeah, I don't want to let it steal anything else, you know?
Yeah. And you just mentioned something really important. Healing is not linear. I know we all wanted to go like this, but I love this picture that flows around the internet that says, you know, success, it's like this, but it's still going up, but it's going up in all these type of ways. You know what I mean? I think we should wrap it up, though. I know you got to go too, and I really hope that whoever's watching this, and also who will be watching this afterwards, that you got something out of it. And I hope Laura is willing and able to do another live next week, because this is a lot of fun. And if not, I still love you. I think you're awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining me in this. And
you're welcome.
Laura, would you like to share anything else?
No, if you find yourself in a negative situation, you know, chronic illness, chronic pain, mental illness, whatever it is that's chronic for you, to, you know, like I was telling Ines, like I almost kind of gave up on social media. And then like Ines kind of reached out a little bit, and we connected, and it's been really awesome. Like if you are not following Ines, please do. She's super encouraging. So I want to thank you for being that person for me as well. And so social media is actually, you know, can be really great. And I already knew that. But I wasn't sure you could truly make real, authentic friendships and relationships, but you can. It will require you to get out of your comfort zone, a little extra effort.
Right.
But you can definitely You can definitely do it. But if you find like you don't have any friends that you can call, or you don't have a supportive spouse or a partner, or even family, that there are people that you can reach out to and who are willing to connect with you and help be a source of encouragement.
Absolutely. So. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Laura.
That's it.
Let's wrap it up. Thank you so much. I'm going to go and quick check and see if there are any more questions, but I don't think so. There's a lot of people. No questions. No more questions. Lots of love. I see. Thank you all. All right. Go offline. Bye-bye.
Thanks for having me. I hope to do this again soon.